What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Meditations. Like this video if you will, subscribe to the page, and hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. So basically, I've been thinking about all the Greek gods of old and so forth, alright? I was kind of raised in a household where I was told that all those things were complete myths. No such thing as Hercules, or Achilles, or Medusa, or even Zeus, you know what I mean? I was kind of raised in a Christian household, and I think that a lot of us were, especially if we're from like Western civilization and all that. But basically, my mom kind of taught me, oh yeah, that stuff is just a bunch of hogwash and magic and all that, just a bunch of hogwash. It's just Jesus and God and the Bible, and that's it. But what's interesting is, upon my journey, as of these past couple months, I would say, my mind has been open to an extent, and I wonder if there's something going on here more than what meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talk about the fallen angels, and how some even say that they're around today. Some say they're in high places, or perhaps just influencing, I don't know, or living underground. There's giants, this, that, and the third. You know, who made the pyramids? Could have been the damn giants, but I stray a bit. So let me go back. In Genesis, it goes on about the Nephilim. They call them the sons of God. All right? It didn't really say that they were good or evil. Of course, a lot of speculation is that they ended up turning evil generationally. But the Nephilim, the sons of God, they came down and they entered the women. You know what I mean? They desired the women, the human women, and they made a sort of hybrid species out of them. And it was said that the Nephilim were huge, like really, really tall. Perhaps it varied. Like, what is it, in Deuteronomy? The book of Deuteronomy, I think. It goes on about how a certain race made the Israelites look like grasshoppers. They were so tall. So that's like 400 feet tall. But others would say that depending on the lineage, some Nephilim were like 30 feet tall, something like that. But what's interesting is you see it throughout various cultures throughout the world for, millennia. Just the representation of these gods of a sort. There's statues of them. There's all these depictions in art. There's all this lore and history about them. And what I once just wrote off, I can't help but wonder, what if these things were real? What if there was Thor, for example, some god of thunder, and he was actually a son of God of a sort, but perhaps went stray. And what these people did, or these hybrids or Nephilim did, I would presume, is kind of similar to how Satan handled things. You know what I mean? How Satan was like the second in heaven or whatever, and he wanted to be God, so God cast him down into the earth. And great consequences will be faced because of it, his rebellion. And it also says in the Bible how there were a bunch of, like a third of the angels in heaven followed Satan? So all these gods that are depicted in this world, they could very well have been those fallen angels. You know what I mean? The ones that followed Satan. Now, they did die, presumably. Perhaps they lived longer than your common mortal. Maybe they lived a couple hundred years or something. But they would die nonetheless, and they'd probably wage war with each other. They would make their own religions, things like that. So it's just interesting. Like, do you guys think that those were real? And what's interesting is how, like, there's Achilles, right? And he has that weak Achilles heel about him, his weak point. It's kind of like Samson in the Bible, where Samson's weak point was his hair, right? The lady had to cut his hair, and then he was weak all of a sudden. It's like Achilles could be lineage from that. But nonetheless, what are your thoughts on that? I'm going to do some more research on these topics, and I'll make more videos on them. So I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace be with you.